Stormborn.
But I think I have to say, because there's a camera on, that my favorite title is Mom.
Ew. Everyone hates you. Everyone in this room hates you.
All right. Are we live? Rolling? Testing?
Okay.
Hi, Facebook. And hi, you guys in the room who I think were just told to be very quiet.
No,
and
I was back
silent.
there and I was like, are they telling them to be quiet? This is going to be really uncomfortable if we're up here like singing and dancing and you guys are like,
I know, and they're like, stone face, nothing. But hi, everyone on Facebook. This is really exciting and fun. My name is Randi Zuckerberg. I don't know anything about Facebook at all, so I'll have to maybe like look at it after.
okay, that was a mom joke. So she was just saying that she's most proud of all her titles. She's most proud of the title mom, and I groaned because I have no heart.
No, as you should. That is a grown-worthy thing. But I do have two little boys, Asher and Simi, who are really awesome little guys. All right, but we're really here to talk about Anna, and I'm so excited. We just did an interview in front of 19,000 people on stage, which was pretty exciting. Anna is a golden...
So I'm really bored now.
Yeah. She's like, can I please be done talking to Randi now? This is super boring. Golden Globe, Academy Award, Tony nominee. So you have a lot of titles too, Missy. You may know her from Up in the Air, Twilight Saga, Pitch Perfect. That's my favorite. Pitch Perfect 2, Pitch Perfect 3 soon.
Here we go.
Anna's song Cups, performed in the first Pitch Perfect, went multi-platinum as one of the Billboard songs of 2013. Most recently, Anna lent her voice to Trolls, which is out in the theaters now, and she has a new book coming out next week. So
weird.
I think you know you're
We're
rivaling in the title category.
Are those titles though? Because that's essentially saying she's an Oscar, Golden Globe, and Tony loser. Every time nominee. I'm like, oh.
It's an honor to be nominated. I got nominated for an Emmy, so together we're like an EGOT loser.
We're like an EGOT loser
together.
Oh,
yeah,
combined.
I lost to Anderson Cooper reporting in a ditch, shirtless from Haiti.
Oh, what an asshole!
I know how. Seriously,
Anderson
how could you
Cooper.
compete with that? But yeah, so we got it all together. Yeah. All right, so I want to talk about social media because we're here on Facebook. You've been named one of the funniest people. BuzzFeed, they do lists that are entirely based on like Anna's top 10 funniest tweets. Like, I don't even think I've ever had one tweet, and you have so many that they're making like top 10 lists of. So how does social media play into your personal brand and your career?
It's funny. First of all, what's funny to me is that whenever BuzzFeed or anybody does those tweets, they always seem to just go with the last 10 things I tweeted. Not all, like literally the last 10, because some of them, they can't all be winners, you know? But like the last 20, I'm like, those are my top 10 funniest tweets. This is out of the last 20.
That just means the editor.
I think they just needed to put something out, and they didn't even have time to scroll back that far. I get it.
Someone phoned it in that day in the editorial department.
What was the question? Something about social media.
Oh, yeah.
I forget. Is it important? Who knows?
Is it important to your brand? I mean, do you feel like now when you go in to meet about a role, when you see a script, like do you feel that they're taking into account how many social media followers you have and how much kind of oomph you can give to a project?
That's interesting. I occasionally hear about people wondering if they should cast a certain person in a movie based on a strong social media presence, but it tends to be more stunt casting, you know, like a very small role that they will fill, like the kind of proverbial best friend role, and I don't think it actually helps very much, and I certainly don't think that anybody that I've like actually successfully gotten any jobs based off of having like a social media presence, but I do think that in a sense, I have, because I've been able to put more of myself into the world, and no matter how many interviews you do, like you are not running it, you're not controlling it. You are controlling me right now. But like even late night or daytime talk shows, and especially anything that's on camera where it's more than one camera and they can edit it. Not that it's something nefarious, but that that you're not really in control of how you're putting your sense of humor across and your personality across. So it's my favorite thing about social media is that it is all me. You know, I like many times I have considered, you know, just giving somebody you know, in my life the passwords to just, you know, so that they can post something for me, and I just know like that I would just open the floodgates, you know, if I like let my publicist have a password and like one time was like, oh, can you just like post this photo and caption it this, I just know it would be downhill from there. So knowing that it's something that is coming from like your own fingers, I think is important.
I once let someone like tweet on
your
my behalf,
brain,
and then they spelled like there the wrong way, like there instead of there, and I was like, oh hell no, like I cannot let anyone like grammar, bad grammar.
I hastily, because I usually like will sit on a tweet for like half an hour to at least just make sure like, okay, this makes sense, right? And every now and then I will break that rule. And I recently made some joke about losing roles to Daniel Day-Lewis. Like he's always stealing my roles, like a joke, because that doesn't happen. It just isn't how it works. And I spelled it like dinner rolls because I was just, and then I had to make another joke about tweeting hungry, and it kind of didn't work, and you know. So,
but that's good. I admire you. I admire you for not deleting it. Like you're just like, I'm gonna go with it. So one thing I think, I mean, a lot of people who are public are scared to really put themselves out there. And so you kind of see this balance on social media of people that are like only post glamour shots. Like it's only the carefully coiffed headshot or the promotional poster from a movie. So how did you kind of come to that place where you felt more comfortable showing yourself? And has there ever been an occasion where you're like, oh, oops, maybe that went a little too far. Yikes.
I think the more ugly attributes not necessarily physical, but the flawed and ugly attributes that I am willing to own up to in, you know, hopefully usually a humorous way, because I don't know any other way to do anything. I feel like the ones that make me really nervous when I'm like hovering over the send button, they end up getting the best response, which is really encouraging, you know, for me in my little world, but also just generally to know that is the thing that resonates with people. You know, I think it's something I see in most online spaces, actually, is people who are the first person who is brave enough to say, does anybody else do this thing that's kind of petty and weird and like I'm working on it, but I totally do it. And everybody is so relieved that somebody said it, you know? And that's such a really nice feeling to know that we're all flawed and working on it. I'm not working that hard on it. I'm pretty lazy, but I'm working on it like in the background.
Like that BuzzFeed editor that's like,
sometimes
Anna's last 10 tweets.
Love BuzzFeed. Thanks, guys. Please don't turn on me yet.
But, you know, I think you raise a good point, because it really is easy for all of us. I'm guilty of this too. Like I turn on Facebook, I turn on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my God, everyone else's life is so much better than mine.
It is.
Everyone's.
I'm sorry to tell you. You specifically.
I mean, I do have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, so that's probably correct.
But like, but I love that, like, you know, you're not the first person that I've heard say that, and that's great. That's the beauty of it, is that everybody opens their Instagram feed and feels like, oh, everybody's on vacation, and you know, and everybody's like, you know, got this like group of gorgeous, fabulous friends, and I'm just, you know, just sitting here in my sweatpants and being lame. And it's nice to know that so many people have that reaction to it, because it just means we're all faking it. I will continue to try to fake it, but yeah, we're all faking it.
We're all great marketers. I feel like if I see that hashtag blessed one more time, I'm just like, say it one more time. Like,
oh wow, that's still going on. You need to unfollow some people,
because usually people say hashtag blessed and then they just use it to brag about how awesome their lives are. Don't you think?
You should unfollow some people, because if someone in your life
is like still on that
train, everybody else got off that train a couple years ago.
No, I mean, I'm a mom. I'm old. Like that's, you know, the thing. Everyone in my life is still stuck on that. All right, tell us what an average kind of day not an average day in life. You're on the road when you're promoting a movie. What is that like? Tell us about how glamorous it is to live out of suitcases.
I know. I came here, which, you know, on paper, like I got to speak in front of all these people. I'm doing Facebook Live. It's great. It's actually really cool. And you know, when we came in, I was like hauling 2 suitcases awkwardly through the back halls of this place. But that's sort of like where I live my life, is like in the back of rooms. The rooms are really glamorous, but it's like that shot in Goodfellas.
That's right.
It's like that shot in the restaurant where it's like that's the majority of my life is spent in that shot.
So it's not all like ball gowns and crystal.
No, but I mean, who would want that? I would feel like I'm going to break something all the time. I would rather be in the back room.
I mean, I could use a glass of champagne now, especially this week, for sure. But anyway, I know I have to be mindful of time. You have a very busy schedule here. So just last question, what can you tell us just a few fun things about Trolls and some of your favorite moments of working on the movie so we can get everyone excited to go see it?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the most memorable thing about it is probably working on the music, because they brought on Justin Timberlake and he did this really, really gorgeous arrangement of True Colors. And we sing it in the movie in a really sweet scene, but it's like a minute long. And he asked me, like, twist my arm. He was like, do you want to come in and record like a full soundtrack version? I wrote this arrangement. And I pretended to be nonchalant about it. And
you're like, if I have to.
Once I finished my recording, he was like, okay, I'm going to lay my vocals down now. Like, do you want to stay and watch? And I was like, okay. Sure. And that was like really inspiring to see someone who is so in their element and good at what they do. Because I have never, for the amount of music I have done in my life, which is a lot for an actress, like I don't know how I've done quite so much music as I have. I've never actually seen a recording artist record, and it was really nice to like see someone at the peak of their talent and like the height of like just understanding the ins and outs of their craft. So yeah, it was inspiring. Made me want to work harder.
Wow. And
made me tired.
She had 5 movies that came out this year, so I think you're working pretty hard. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Check out Anna's new book that's coming out this week, Trolls, that's in the theater now, and really look forward to seeing all the amazing things you're going to do in your career.
Thanks, guys.
So thank you. I feel like we should like cheers.
Be quiet. You were told to be